Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Alex StarCraft here, bringing you guys another StarCraft 2 commentary from the LiquidTLO replay pack that was just recently released. Once again, if you want to be able to find those, head over to teamliquidpro.com and check it out. It is going to be another game between, well, as I said, LiquidTLO and another barcode player. Not the same one as in the last ZVZ, which if you did not see, definitely go check it out. Awesome macro game with quite a war of attrition going on. But as I said, this player, he only has 9 I's and L's in his name, as opposed to the 12 of last player. So, I mean, I guess it could be the same player, but it's not the same account, regardless of anything. And, of course, last game, both players opting for some pretty early Ling play. A few Banelings coming into play, but not too much. Just making a lot of Zerglings running around the map, being constantly active. And we're going to have to see if that same kind of thing happens in this game. The little one, of course, opting to go for those Banelings before transitioning into the Roach Hydra. Are we going to see the same thing this game out of either player? Of course, the map is Cloud Kingdom, which is also a map pretty known for macro. The last one was actually Core Hall Compound, which I guess at the time of the replay, it was the previous season, so it was not yet out of the pools. Putting his Overlord right here, not sure if there's a reason for that. I generally like to put it out here, so you can see if anything is coming or leaving your natural. Now, both players have 15 supply right now. The barcode player sending out a drone. The little one sending out a drone as well. So both players are going to be going for a hatch first. One player's hatchery is down. The little one's going to be down in just a few seconds. He actually has quite a few minerals floating, and he's immediately actually going to make a pool after this. So it's not going to be a big deal that he had those minerals sitting for a second. And now we do see him sending out this Overlord just so he can see what there is to see. And has that pool on the way now. Now his opponent actually gone up to 16 before making that pool, but it's only 15 seconds, 16 seconds behind his opponent, which, I mean, it's not a huge amount, but it can definitely make a difference in some of these Zerg versus Zerg battles. When you have Zerglings 16 seconds before your opponent, well, that can do a lot of damage. Of course, you also have to get across the map, so probably not too much of a time advantage right there. Now, of course, he's getting an extractor as well. Both players have the exact same extractor timing and actually more or less the same food, same build, both on the same amount of workers, the only difference being that one has them coming out a bit more than the other. Both players putting on those gases immediately, and the big question is going to be, well, are they going to pull off those gases after mining about 100? Are they going to leave 1 or 2 on, or are they going to leave all 3 on? Of course, all 3 oftentimes an indicator of some aggression, but of course, going off that hot hatch first, you can also pull off after 100 and just go for a lot of Zerglings and still be very, very aggressive. Now, we do see the little one has 2 queens on the way, as does his opponent. So both players at right about the same supply right here. And they're going to be looking to go ahead and do some transitioning, possibly into some mass droning, mass baneling, but probably not baneling. Well, we do see the little one now has 100 gas, so he just started that Zergling speed, and he actually opts to leave 2 on gas. His opponent has that spawning pool, getting that metabolic boost as well after mining 100 gas, and he leaves 3 on. So he's going to have more gas than his opponent, but that also, of course, means about 40 less minerals per minute, which will transfer into drones over time. And of course, you know, it's one of those things where it's like after a minute, if you don't get a drone, then after the next minute, you don't have 2 drones mining, quote unquote, and then you don't have like 4 drones mining, and it kind of compounds. So hopefully the little one will be able to make that into a bit of an advantage right there. His opponent running with 2 Zerglings, he's going to try and pick off the drone, but oh god, the little one manages to get that away. Because of course, every little battle makes a difference, and that's why you have to be very careful transferring your first few drones in Zerg versus Zerg, because if you went for something like a hatch first, and particularly if your opponent did not, they can just run in, say, like 6 Zerglings, and if you transferred a good number of drones, they can pick off a good number of drones, because you're not going to be able to defend that for maybe another 5-6 seconds, and that can make all the difference, because if they pick off a few drones, just like that, they can have an economic lead, even though you went for hatch first. Now the blue Zerg does have a slight worker advantage right now, but the little one is going to go ahead and get some banelings of his own, and ooh, the opposing player is getting his lair, has a baneling nest of his own, making 2 banelings back home. Both players looking to be very defensive, but that is a quick lair right there. The little one grabbing 1 more gas, and then 1 more gas at his natural as well, so no doubt he'll be going ahead and getting a lair pretty freaking soon as well, just because of the fact that, well, he's going to start having the gas for it. Unless he puts the gas into mass baneling, I don't know what he would be doing. He's actually making a lot of Zerglings, not sure if there's a reason for that. since he should be able to see units, or any units leaving his opponent's base, which he does between being right there, being right there. He sees anything that leaves. So I guess he just wants to be very safe, and there's his lair. But it is a good, 45 seconds behind his opponent's, and his opponent not yet throwing down a Roach Warren or anything. I think we're going to be seeing some Muta play, and actually this is something I'm going to be excited to see, because I personally am terrible against Mutalisks in the Zerg versus Zerg matchup. So I want to see how the little one can deal with it. Hopefully he can deal with it and show me how you can win and do it, getting that evolution chamber. And yep, there's the Spire. No Roach Warren or anything yet for the little one, though. So he is opting to grab a third. His opponent not yet grabbing one. And his opponent is probably going to have an idea about that. Can he see it? Well, okay, that's his Overseer. So yes, he totally knows when the third is coming out. He's just making 24 Zerglings, and he's just going to try and attack his opponent. But I wonder if the little one knows, since he hasn't seen any kind of roaches or anything yet. He still just sees Zerglings. He saw these gas timings, and he knew they were pretty early. So, and he does see all these units coming across the map. He's getting a few banelings of his own, and the little one making a few more as well. Actually has them on the high ground, so they won't be able to get there that quickly. And he's making a good number of Zerglings, and there we go, an Infestation Pit and a Hydra Den, actually. So he's not even going to get, like, roaches. He's just going to get, like, lings. Oh, this is quite a battle right here. He's just going to get, like, lings with Hydras and Infestors right here. And, oh, the Baneling gets a pretty good hit off. Not quite as good as it could have. Now, he does trade out one Baneling for only a few lings right there. And the little one sending in the Baneling should be able to hold this expansion without too much of an issue. If he just reinforces with the lings of his own and doesn't lose too much of the Banelings. And doing pretty well right there. Only losing about 7 drones to the or 7 lings to the Banelings. Between 2 Banelings, it's not the most cost-efficient trade in the world. And the little one does have the attack on the way. Just getting Pathogen Glands and Grooved Spines. His opponent has 9 Mutas on the way, but it's going to be a bit before they're out on the map, and we do see the little one pulling back a fair number of his overlords so they can't defend them. And he knows the timing on his opponent's third. He knows he's ahead on economy. But is the are the Mutalisks going to change that? That is the main question. As a few Zerglings, has the Banelings as well. But those don't do anything against Mutas. There are about 4 Hydras on the way. They did just finish. And between the 4 Hydras and 2 Queens, has a little bit of energy on that Queen at least. Might be floating a little bit. Definitely wants to maybe try and spread some creep, and he is using his overlords to do just that. Would love to see him. The Queen is going to pop out here in just a second as well, so that'll definitely help him defend. He does have the Evo Chamber as well, so he can make those Spore Crawlers. So between these units, they should be more than enough to defend these mutas. Hydra, a few Hydras with a few Queens, very, very good against mutas. The problem is they are going to run right into the main, but there is a Spore Crawler there. Nice positioning by the little one, so he basically says, like, hey, you can't really attack my third, and you can't get into my main from my third. You can't get behind the natural, really, either. No creep spread here. I'd love to see him just put an Overlord, like, right here. And, ooh, beautiful from the little one. Putting an Infestor in his main and an Infestor in his third. I actually, personally... do like the Infestors being kept around here, like this area where he does, where if they're harassing your third, you can actually get them if they're hitting your third. They don't even have to be attacking your main. And yeah, still no Roach Warren, so the little one just says, hey, you know, you're not going to be making anything except Lings and Banelings and Mutas. So I'm not going to make anything except Lings and Banelings and then Infestors and Hydras, because I have no need. And now his opponent grabbing a very early 4th. The little one does not see this because, well, that's the thing with Mutas, is they take all map control away from you. You compare these players' visions, and it's like everything to nothing, really. He has, this is his vision outside of his base. But he does have an Infestor waiting at the natural as well now, so he's not going to be taking damage from the Mutas anytime soon. He has to make a fair number of Overlords in order to get back up and running with his production. But he'll be able to make some drones. He's making some Infestors, making Hydras, and he knows that those will be very good when the time comes. But his opponent already going ahead and grabbing a Roach Warren, so he's looking to go for some Roaches. And the question is that going to be too much for the little one, considering he doesn't really look like he'll have Roaches of his own? Well, he actually will have Roaches of his own, considering he's building a Roach Warren of his own. How many times can I say own at once? I don't really know. But I wonder why the little one chose to throw that down. I'm not sure if he saw something. Well, obviously probably not, because he doesn't really see anything. But there are Mutas just flying around trying to kill Overlords, Overseers. Wants to make sure his opponent cannot scout. Now, there are Lings here, and the Overseer did see those. He's probably going to try and kill them. No, the Mutas just picked off a Hydra, I assume is what that was. Now, little one runs in these Zerglings. He does see this. Does his opponent have Zerglings to defend with? He has a few. But no, the little one just trying to get some scouting off. He sees the roaches and, oh, wow, it actually gets by. Does he see his opponent's upgrades? Well, he does not. But luckily for the little one, he is ahead on those upgrades. Has his own roach speed on the way. And even though he's only the 3 base to the 4 base, he's about equal on workers. So he's about equal on income. And his opponent having to make more workers to get this 4th base so it actually does something. It's going to mean less units for him, and the little one is pushing out across the map, so less units for his opponent right now could mean the end of the game. He's going to lose an Overseer and Fungal on an Overseer. Not sure whether it's worth quite that much. Single Muta trying to pick off Infestors, but this is 7 Infestors right here. They have a lot of energy. And here we go. Can the Blue Zerg, can he hold this? Great Fungal going off on the Mutas. Infested Terrans being thrown down. Good Fungals going off, but oh, I don't think the little one actually has enough units. He has a lot of Infestors, but he doesn't have a whole lot of units. And oh my god, the Roaches and Infested Terrans plowing through the little one's army right there. He is pulling back, and the Roaches, of course, being faster than any of these great Fungal, but the Roaches being faster than any of these are picking off a fair number of units, and he's just trying to, ooh, another very nice Fungal, though. And now he has that defender's advantage. Now he is behind on a base, but he is ahead in that supply. His opponent, worker supply almost the same, army supply almost the same. Okay, so now his opponent is catching back up, but that's with 28 supply in production, not 28 supply here. But by the time the little one can reach anything, those roaches will be completed. So is he going to try and expand behind us? Yes, there's that drone going out. So he is expanding behind us. He's just trying to put the pressure on. He does not want to let his opponent make drones. And of course, that would give his opponent an economic advantage. That's why he doesn't want it to happen. So here we go. No energy for Fungal. Just Infested Terrans being thrown out from both sides. Actually burrowing those guys. And oh, one gets picked off. But the Hydras are probably going to make the difference in this fight. There's enough Roaches for the little one to manage it. And he does have the upgrade advantage as well. Well, 1-1 to 2-0. And those Hydras really do make the difference with that +2 attack. And are they going to be able to snipe the expansion? I think they are. The Blue Zerg has no choice but to let this be sniped. Now, oh god, are you going to kill it? Please, what? Okay, good. Just send back the one Roach to kill it. Oh god, that'd be rough. The other day I was watching a 1v1. I think it was in like the EG Master Cup. And there was like an attack going on with a hatchery with that much help. No, it was Destiny's Stream. There was a hatchery with that much health, and roaches were just mass battling around it. And I was like, God, if one, oh God, if one player just attacks with one roach, that expansion is dead. That was a nice little win for our Blue Zerg player, though. He actually only killed about 8 workers in total, but you know, game of drones. Every single worker counts, and the little one is now up in expansion, so he needs to make something happen. He looks like he's going to be waiting for +2. The little one waiting for the +1 carapace to finish. But the Blue Zerg will undoubtedly probably make an attack as soon as that upgrade does finish. And the little one, actually with the Hive on the way, has quite a bit of energy on all the queens, which is unfortunate. Of course, it is very hard to keep up with those injects when there are so many battles going on. You have to be so mechanically solid in order to manage it. Bunch of Overlords just pooping creep over here. He actually has double Evo chambers, but nothing he can upgrade. But with this Hive completing, he will be able to get the +3 if he chooses. He actually has 3 Evo chambers. Not sure if that's intentional, considering he hasn't gotten any melee upgrades yet. And he could choose to go to Ultras once this finishes, but we'll have to see. That'd be kind of weird, considering the fact that, well, he doesn't have any melee upgrades. Does he have many Infestors? He's 1. He's 4 on the map right now. Kills a Changeling. There's a bunch more Changelings running in. And now the little one says, oh god, no, he doesn't want to lose all these. It's a Roach just sitting right there to give him that vision. I don't know where the Infestors are. God, there's Changelings dying everywhere. Goodness gracious, I'm not sure where those all are. But he does have a fair number of Infestors. But of course, for the Ultras to be really good versus the Roaches, you need to be sure to have a lot of Fungals. You cannot let them get a really good concave. You cannot let them micro back and get a really nice position. The little one says, hey, I've got some minerals. Let's make some spine crawlers. And god, there's so many Changelings on the map right now. He has 4 Changelings still on the map for the little one. 1 for our Blue Zerg. And yeah, they're just everywhere, being killed all over the place. And I guess it's one of those sounds like a nidus that you can just hear everywhere on the map. The same volume, no matter what. So he does see that his opponent is almost mined out in his main. But once again, the little one up on economy, down on workers, though. So he needs to be careful. Of course, he's making the spine crawlers now because he says, I really just need gas. What Hive Tech is he going for? He's going for just that 3-2 right now. And yeah, no Hive Tech for the time being, getting more Infestors. Now he wants to be very careful here, using his Infestors to for using his infestors really, really well. Oh goodness. Taking advantage of the fact that he has the vision of this high ground. So now he's going to maybe see if he can get a better position. No, he's not. He's just sending out a few units. Quite a little hit squad right here. Gonna pick off a few overlords. God, there's so many changelings in this game. Holy crap. Nice little fungal going off, but it's not quite going to be enough. And really, he was just looking to kill any drones that might be here, get a nice fungal. At the same time, he's running a few lings up into the base, but they do get blocked. This one does get in, though. He actually will have seen the Spire, and that is huge. Hive is on the way, and the little one grabbing a Spire of his own. Now, these guys getting a fair few worker kills. The little one actually up to 12 worker kills, up from, I think it was 8 or 9 earlier. Another changeling dies somewhere on the map, and he's just got a fair number of units just waiting up here, while the majority of his army is indeed down here. And, God, look at the map. These players are so spread all across everywhere. They both have such good map vision, but, oh, God, here we go. The Bruiser is going to be looking to grab engagement. He picks off a lot of these units. The little one just looking to get the best fungal he can, and, oh, my God, these units are ripe for fungal. Oh, he does not get the fungal off with those infestors. Now, he does have these infestors here. He's just throwing down more infested Terrans, just trying to deny mining bit by bit. And he is, at the same time, sending all his roaches down here. He just has Hydras and infestors defending down here. And this is quite an interesting style. He's all over the place with small groups of units, which is a very scary thing to do when your opponent has this thing and none of your groups of units can take it. But, oh, God, the roaches are getting in. Can they kill the Roach Warren? That would be amazing. Killing the Roach Warren, killing the Evo Chamber. What else are they going to manage to get? I don't know. Could he get the... He could get the Roach Warren. And, ooh, okay, so he does burrow them. He is forced... his opponent is forced to wait for an Overseer now. But there's already an Overseer here, so the little one unburrows. He's not going to be able to fight here, so all his roaches are going to die. He's going to get the Spire. Very nice from the little one. His opponent's Hive Tech is now almost nothing. There are infested Terrans going down, but he's going to kill all of those infestors. And those infested Terrans not even going to be enough to go ahead and kill that expansion. And my God, these roaches doing a lot of work. Picking off some key tech structures. That means no more upgrades for its opponent for the time being. No Spire or Broodlords for his opponent for the time being. And the little one, hey look, Greater Spire, halfway done. +3 missile attacks, already done. We go ahead and grab that Carapace. And of course his opponent getting that Adrenal Glands, which lings with Adrenal Glands, very, very good. And little one is going to be 100% aware that there's 2 more Evo Chambers going down. And my God, the map vision of these players is still amazing to me. They both see so much on this map, and they're just all over the place. This has been quite a game. If we take a look at the workers tab, we see that the little one is ahead by about 5 workers right now. Both players on equal bases. Both players still have their third, still going pretty strong. The little one going to want to make sure he's mining with those because that negates his worker advantage. But the Blues are looking like he's going to want to make an engagement right here. Is it going to happen? Does the little one know it's going to happen? Well, no, he actually doesn't know that this army's around here. He did see, though, probably with this Roach, he is an infestor that could get a very nice fungal if need be. Changelings, however, are going to spot that. And both players, neither one wants to engage because they know it could be the end for them, but the little one has Broodlords on the way now. Where are you? There it is. He has Broodlords, and by Broodlords I mean Broodlord. And he has 2 Corruptors as well, which is more than his opponent has. His opponent, though, has such a huge bank. The little one is going to have to be careful. If he cannot get an extremely cost-efficient engagement, he's certainly going to be in trouble because, my God, can his opponent re-max very, very quickly. But he can be so cost-efficient with this Broodlord, Infestor, Roach, huge number of Hydras, actually, army. If he can manage it, he will be in great shape. But if he cannot be cost-efficient, he will get overrun by the re-max of units that his opponent is undoubtedly going to have. The little one's just trying to get an idea of where his opponent's army is. And, my God, well, he knows exactly where his opponent's army is. Nice fungal picking off quite a few Hydras right there. The little one needs to send all his units to the right place. Now, he does get some huge fungals off. The Broodlords are now starting to attack. All the Hydras attacking as well. But he can't imagine Hydras die so quickly to the Roaches. They do not have good positioning. The Broodlords are doing some damage. Did one already die, though? I guess one Broodlord might have already died. No, it's still a Corruptor. And my God, this is quite an engagement right here. Infested Terrans being thrown down all over the place. Broodlord's doing a fair amount of damage. They have 4 kills and 3 kills. And it looks like the little one is going to hold for the time being. We take a look at the units lost. Almost identical. Differ by only 400 resources. His opponent has about 14 roaches on the way. But wow, he actually... having a bank of the same number of minerals and gas is actually not going to be good because you can't make that many units unless they're all infestors mixed in with the roaches. And has a bunch of infestors just like running around. And that's the nice thing from the little one. He managed to preserve a lot of his infestors. He still has 10 infestors on the field. Oh god, you can't even see because of the name panel. He still has 10 infestors on the field compared to his opponent's 15 roaches compared to 26, and again, he has broodlords, he has hydras, he has that worker, slight disadvantage actually, but he has a base advantage. Well, kind of. They both have bases here. And there is gonna be another engagement. My god, this game, late game ZVZ, so stressful. There are corruptors for the blue player now. He can pick off his broodlords, but the little one being very smart, not making too many broodlords. He has them all spread out. He has a few more corruptors. Ooh, infested Terrans being thrown down all in here. They're going to probably be able to kill a lot of drones. I would love to see him just have them like hold position so they could only kill or focus down the drones, something nice like that. But no, they do go down. He denies a bit of mining time right now. If we look at the workers killed, we do see it's 24 to 22, so both players still pretty darn equal on those workers. Little one down by about 7. Hydra's going to defend against the lanes over here like a boss. One drone slowly mining away at these mineral patches. Few more infested there and actually snipe this expansion. Mass changelings in the mineral line. And that is going to put the little one mightily ahead. Sorry I missed those infested Terrans being thrown out. And we actually have queens here as well, doing the transfusing on the broodlords, keeping their health up. Very nice, because those units are oh so important. Mass overlord overseer party over here. And wow, I've seen more changelings made in this game than I've ever seen. 22 changelings on the field right now. The little one is using these together. So much intel on his opponent. You see they are running everywhere for both players. That is how they are scouting. That's how they're learning about expansions, compositions, upgrades, all that stuff. And speaking of upgrades, his opponent has 3-3. What does the little one have? He has 3-2. Still has not gotten that carapace. Does he have any more broodlords? No, he only has 2. And god, they're just dying everywhere. They sound disgusting when they die as well. Oh god, that's so gross sounding. He's just picking all of them off. Picking off chainlings is really annoying considering you need to actually select and manage to actually A and click them. But wow, this game, when's it gonna end? Both players, we're 30 minutes into the game now. Both players still... Ooh, the little one actually with a 20 army supply lead has 5 broodlords. His opponent, or 4 broodlords I should say, and a fair number of corruptors. Both players just really making corruptors now, looking for air superiority. And oh god, I did not notice this. The blue Zerg has a lot of broodlords. Is the little one going to manage to deal with that? Okay, he's starting to get a few free shots off on the broodlords, and the blue player starts attacking. He needs to be really careful though. He gets off some infested Terrans. Oh god, lag. The corruptors are going to be running in though, and I don't know where his opponent's corruptors are. Roaches running straight up into the main, but the corruptors are going to be able to kill all the broodlords now. He needs to be really, really careful right here. And okay, yeah, so all the broodlords are going to die. His opponent way down on army supply right now, killing a spore crawler. Now the infestation pit, then probably the spawning pool, but a lot of the crucial tech structures are over here. Where's the roach warren? It's over at the 3rd as well, so the little one just going to be doing a counterattack. Corruptors killing all the overlords and whatnot. Broodlords going to make their way in slowly but surely. Actually, slightly slower than the overlords. That's rather unfortunate for them. But what are they going to be able to do? He's going to kill the expansion, and once again, it is just a full-out base race right here. The little one just is like, oh god, run. He runs all his drones. He runs his roaches. The roach warren going to go down. Spawning pool has already died. He can make banelings. Can't make zerglings, though. Still can make hydras, as a matter of fact. Sending back just as infestors and roaches. Because he knows some good fungals combined with these units will put him in good shape. And it is 3-2 to 3-3, so the little one with the disadvantage on upgrades, but the advantage on supply right now. He does have a bigger army supply while having less workers, but really, neither player is actually mining, really, the blue player down to very few minerals per minute, even though having the higher drone count. He does lose this expansion now, too. And where are those drones, actually? They're all just sitting right here. And the attack does get warded off. The little one is now stabilized. Whole bunch of drones being transferred right through the roaches, so that's unfortunate. If only there could be an infestor there to fungal them. Holy crap. And he gets another one, and boom, which infestor got those? Which infestor got those kills? Really? Oh, 19 kills. Yeah, assassin infestor. And just like that, the little one up by 100 supply. Has infestors, has roaches, still has some broodlords, I think, has some corruptors, and by some broodlords, I mean a broodlord, I think. Yep, one Brood Lord. But his opponent is going to be engaging now. Fungal is blanketing all of the army, and the little one, 2-0 in Zerg versus Zerg so far in this replay pack. Not sure if that's intentional, but it's darn impressive no matter what. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is my second The Little One Zerg vs. Zerg from the replay pack. I'm going to be putting up all the rest of the replays, the ZVTs and ZVPs in the next few days. So be sure to subscribe and follow me on Twitter at LXStarcraft, and I'll be notifying you guys whenever I get stuff live. So, thank you for watching, guys. Have a wonderful afternoon. Enjoy watching the Euro Cup if you're doing that. Oh, God.